The first thing that we want to do before we do this battery cable reset is make sure we have a fully charged battery. And I'm good with that. 12.5, 12.6, 12.7, that's excellent. Now the next step is, I'll just show on the screen real quick that this is the list of a couple things to do here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the ignition switch is at the 0 position. The lock position means that it's at the point where you're going to be removing the key. The key is out of the ignition. The next step is that we're going to disconnect the battery cables negative first, then positive. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we're going to short the battery cables together with the jumper wire. Now be advised, this is for a single battery system. I've not found a Honda or Acura that has 2 batteries, but I know General Motors, Chevy does. So just make sure. Now, if you don't feel confident doing this, because later on in the steps, you're going to have to do a radio theft code, and then you might have to do a relearn of some kind with the throttle body or the air volume relearn, or there might be something that you might have to relearn. So if you don't have like a high-level scan tool like a Launch Pro Mini or maybe an Autel Max Assist, I wouldn't attempt doing this. But I don't see any issues, and I don't think I'm going to have to do anything. Most relearns can be done just by driving the vehicle. So the next step is I'm going to be disconnecting negative side and then the positive side. And just don't let it fall back on itself. Now I like to use a fused jumper wire. And the reason I do this is because if there is any chance there's another battery in here, it's not going to be a big deal. So just do things safe and smart and methodically, and now you know that there could be another battery. You're not going to make this mistake. So then just go ahead and touch it here. Now step number 4 is that I grab the keys and then I turn it into the number 2 position. It's important to do this next step with the battery disconnected so that there's no surging or voltage spikes. So if you look here, that's the 0 position. 1, 2. So we're going to leave it in this position for about 10 minutes. Okay, now it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm going to go over to the ignition switch again, and I'm just going to go ahead and turn it to the 0 position. And I'm going to take the key out. Step 6, we're going to go over here and we're going to remove our positive and negative. It doesn't matter which way you disconnect it. No big deal. And then now is the time you're going to clean your battery, and you're going to clean the terminals and the battery posts. And clean it all up, make it all shiny and beautiful, and put it all back together. So what you'll do first is you'll put on positive first, tighten that down, and then you'll put negative on last. Tighten that down. Once you get to this step here, now it shows that check ISIS. I think that's something to do with the Honda scanner. And then if there's any relearn procedures that you need to do, I don't think there are any, but there might be. And if there are, and I find out, I'll include this in the video. If not, then I'm just not going to add that into the video. And then you can put in the anti-theft code, and if I have any issues with that, I'll show you how to do that in this video. If not, then you just press and hold the power button, and then that should allow you to get into your infotainment center or radio. You did a good job. Subscribe, like, and share, and watch some of my other videos. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.